I'm Ginger, and I'm American, but I'm going to read to you 20 wonderful British words that will confuse all Americans. Number 1, shag. To have sex with. Shag is such a great word, it's hard to believe Americans have survived for several hundred years without it. What do Americans say when they need to tell someone they've had or intend to have carefree sex with someone? Did you have sex with him? So cold, so clinical. Did you shag him? Yes, and it was a terrible disappointment. Many shags are. Well, in America, we say, did you hook up with him? That means casual sex. On to the next one. Bullocks. Total lies and not good at all. One of those beautiful British words that can be applied to a plethora of circumstances. Burned the onions? Bullocks. What do you think of the X Factor? Bullocks. Listen to that incredibly pissed off bloke in the pub? Everything he said was utter bullocks. You probably have to spend some time here to fully grasp the nuance, but try it on and see how you go. Did you hear what that guy was saying? Bullocks. I don't think it works with an American accent, sorry. Number 3, numpty. A stupid person. Now, the word numpty to me sounds like scrumptious or, like, oh, that food is really numpty. But apparently it means a stupid person. Just gorgeous. Calling someone a numpty is damning, but without the aggressive edge of wanker, prick, or dickhead, it's basically a cozy, amicable way to indicate that someone has failed on every level. Now, she didn't really give me a sentence to read to test this out, but that guy is totally numpty. I don't know if that works or not. Next one, bog, which means toilet, which for me, I would think of a foggy place in Ireland, where you could get lost. Maybe the movie Labyrinth comes to mind. The bog of eternal stench, that's what that is, yes. But this is toilet. Just much funnier than the word toilet and 100% more down to earth than bathroom, and don't even go there with little lady's room. In America we say restroom, which makes no sense because you're not going to go there to rest. But anyway, bog. Shat. Pooped. Pooping is for children. If he pooped, he should be under 10. Shitting, in the past tense, shat, are for grown-ups. Massive night last night? Yep, shat myself. Welcome to Britain. I think we're just starting to use the word shat. But just as a funny past term for shit. But not in normal circles. You wouldn't tell your grandma, I shat. Minging or minging? I don't know. It means disgusting. This wonderful word originates from the Scottish word ming or minge. I don't know how to pronounce it, meaning excrement. Minging and the related noun minger, I don't know, are often employed to describe someone you regret shagging and would never shag because they are so minging. It could also be applied to something found rotten in the back of the fridge. So one of you will have to tell me, is it minging or minging? I don't know. Snog. Now, I know this from Harry Potter. It means to kiss, but I didn't know it meant to kiss with tongues. Interesting. Like French kiss, but you British people don't really like the French, do you? So you don't say French kiss, you say snog. That's a total stereotype. I know a lot of you like French people. Okay. Again, it's hard to understand how America has gotten by without this on-point word to describe a long, wet kiss. We do. It's called French kissing. If you say you've kissed someone, it could be anything from a formal peck on the cheek to a full-on session of whirling tongues and tsunamis of saliva. No thank you. Say that you snog someone and everything's clear. So that's what Ronald Weasley was up to. Snogging. Gobshite. Someone who talks bollocks. All right. I don't know, maybe Americans say big mouth. But gobshite is so much better. Just a couple of lovely, rubbery, dirty sounding syllables to ram home the fact that someone talks a load of shit. We would just say he's full of shit. Twat. By the way, I don't know if you notice, like I'm in my bedroom because I have kids and I don't really want them to pick up on these words. Anyway, twat, a deeply unpleasant person. We use this word sometimes. I think it's newer. It's more like a see you next Tuesday kind of word, if you know what I mean. If someone spends too much time being a gobshite, they might turn into a twat. Someone who calls a girl a minger again, I don't know. Could be a twat. Someone who shags around is probably a twat. Feel for the poor Americans that don't get to use the word twat like us Brits do. Yeah, I feel bad for ourselves. Pants. Not good at all. That's what pants means. Pants are something I put on every day before I leave the house. Unless I'm wearing a skirt. America just doesn't get the word pants. For Americans, pants are like chinos. Dads wear pants to the office, a hilarious concept for many British people. But as well as meaning knickers or panties, pants has another even better use over there, and that is to describe something that's not good at all, that is lame. Like you'd say that Batman versus Superman was pants. Now, I didn't see the movie, but I heard it was pants. So, that'll take some getting used to. Pants. Thingamajig. We totally use that. That means the thing I can't remember the name of. A vital, essential word called upon several times a day to describe literally anything you can't remember its name. Can be contracted to thingy when you can't even remember a word thingamajig. We use that. I've used it for years. Bobbins. Not good at all. Another terrific word, similar to meaning pants, but perhaps even more fun to say. It's more of a northern thing here in the UK, and nobody really knows where it comes from, although it probably has something to do with cotton mills that presumably had a lot of bobbins lying around. Most Johnny Depp films in recent years have been utter bobbins. I like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Wazek. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. A complete idiot. Americans might have recently discovered this very special, very British word after MP Victoria Adkins branded Donald Trump a wazek in a debate in the House of Commons. There couldn't really be a better definition of the word wazek than Donald Trump. Okay. I'll just start calling him a wazek. I don't even know if that's the right pronunciation, but probably not. Pisshead. Someone who gets very drunk, very often. The word would come in useful to Americans who need a new way to describe frat boys. They are all pissheads. That's true. But piss, kind of means pee, and when you're pissed at someone, you're angry at someone, so that might be a little confusing. Why don't you just call them drunks? Wank, masturbate, or not good at all. In America, this is known as jerking off or jacking off, which are nowhere near as versatile as wank. In Britain, you can have a wank, be a wanker, another word for a wazzock, and you can also decrease something to be wank. Kale crisps, kale chips, for instance, are a total wank. I've never had kale crisps or chips, but I'd imagine they would be a wank. Manky, old and gross. Not the same as minging. Would you stop using that word, because I don't know which is the right pronunciation, but similar, sorry. Manky suggests something that's old and probably stained or smelly. Your boyfriend's week-old socks are manky. A damp towel left on the bathroom floor is definitely manky. It's an incredibly useful word that no Brit would want to live without. We would probably use the word rank. Like, that towel on the bathroom floor is totally rank. Wally, a foolish person. Wally is probably your Uncle Walter if you live in America. If you're British, your uncle probably is a Wally, even though he's called Alan. Wallies are uncool. They're goofy, they wear Winnie the Pooh socks, and dance really, really bad to Taylor Swift at parties. Then they say it tastes cool before tripping on the edge of the carpet and spilling their punch down their shirt. But we love Uncle Alan despite his wallishness. Wallies are mostly nice. Okay. So I guess you don't play Where's Wally? Plunker. A Wally. Okay, why don't you just use Wally then? Your Uncle Wally is also a massive plunker. Wait, if plunker means Wally, then why are you going to use the word twice in a sentence? I'm confused. Cack-handled means clumsy. In America, a cack-handled person would be called butterfingers, which is frankly just a bit too kind. Your hands aren't covered in butter, they're covered in cack, i.e. poo. Ew. And that's why you keep dropping things all the time, you cack-handed numpty. Now, butter is more slippery, I would assume, than poo, although I've never tried a test of which is more slippery to hold on to things, and I never will. But cack-handed. Okay. Bellend, an utter twat. It literally means the tip of a penis, but also literally Donald Trump. Again, Donald Trump. He is a bellend, and what else is he? Wait. Wazzock. So, I've learned some things today. Thank you for the education. I'm going to be in England in October for 2 weeks, and I will try to use as many of these words as I can. Thank you very much for the education. Goodbye.